to my friends in South Korea. Hello, I am a child from the North who has never truly had a name, a dream, or a real future. My hands are shaking as I write this. Today feels like it might be the last day I get to stay alive. I am only 10 years old, but my world ended far too quickly. So, before everything fades, there is something I desperately want to tell you. To me, South Korea is a heaven, and the place where I lived is something you could never imagine. A place where hope rarely breathes. But you know what's strange? Sometimes I hear people in the South call their country Hell Korea. I still don't understand that. Maybe you can say that only because you've never seen what a real hell looks like. Where I am, that word is not a metaphor. It's a daily reality. I never knew what a dream was. People talk about dreams, plans, and futures. But my one and only dream was simply this: to eat one meal until I felt full. That was the biggest wish of my entire life. And by the time you read this letter, I'll probably be gone already. Before that tiny wish ever came true. My body is too weak now. And yes, I know this might be the end, but my friends in the South, I'm not writing this letter just to tell you about my last day. I wanted to leave behind one request. I've heard that even in South Korea, freedom and democracy feel like they're shaking lately. The country some people called hell seems to be slowly walking toward a path that we once walked, and I keep wondering why. Maybe it's because the North, the other half of the same land, was hurting for so long, and it felt like the South tried to look away, as if the fire wouldn't ever spread. But we were originally one people, and when one side slowly decays, it is unrealistic to think the other half will stay untouched. A rotten apple eventually affects everything around it, and the cost of turning away from the North may be something the South is beginning to feel now. I don't want to blame anyone. I only want you to remember that we are all connected, whether we want it or not. Even though we live such different lives on the same peninsula, we are still part of one shared story. Some places stay frozen in hardship, while others move forward and face new challenges. When we don't understand each other's reality, distance grows. Distance becomes misunderstanding, and misunderstanding builds walls. I only want one thing: that friends in the South might try just a little to understand what life in the North is like. I never supported the system I was born into. I wanted to choose my own path too, but in a place where choices barely exist, I simply walked the road my parents had no choice but to walk. And that same road is the reason I am disappearing now. My eyes are closing again. Hunger and exhaustion make the words blur. But there is one thing I must leave behind. Please, don't forget us. Protect yourselves. Never become what we became. When I saw people in the South eating, laughing, loving, it felt so beautiful, and I felt so jealous. I learned through hunger and fear that those things are not guaranteed. They are blessings. Please don't call your freedom hell. For children living through something truly dark, those words feel unbearably painful. If stories like mine can open even one person's eyes, or give someone a reason to protect what they have, then I would feel grateful, even from far away. Lastly, I just hope that friends in the South might try to understand what children like me face here. I hope the bright world you protect will someday reach children in the North as well. I will be watching quietly from wherever I go next. Please hold tightly to the simple moments. Eating, laughing, loving, they are precious. They are life itself. I will leave this letter now and try to rest. I don't think I will wake again. Goodbye, my friends in South Korea. Thank you for being my last friends. With all my heart, a boy from the North.